Thank you. Two simple words Tatiana Johnson wants to tell Zane Urasley's parents. She owes Brooke and Ibrahim so much because when their little boy Zane was tragically killed last year, they decided to donate his organs. As a result, Tatiana's son, Mason, received new lungs and a new life. 4 other lives were also saved. But here's the dilemma. Currently in Australia, it's against the law for medical authorities to help organ recipients and donor families meet, even if both want and agree to it.
To our amazing donor family, we are the ever so grateful parents of a young superhero who want to give you a little insight, and in turn we're hoping that it may bring you some comfort.
Brooke Urasley and Tatiana Johnson share a most unusual and unique bond. Their young sons are joined by the most precious of gifts, a set of lungs.
You really are an incredible family, and it is only due to you, your thoughtful and ever so generous gift from your superhero that allows
our superhero to be as capable as they are now, to have a chance at a future.
The lungs from which Zane Urasley drew his last breath 9 months ago now give Mason Johnson a new lease on life. But by law, Brooke and Ibrahim should not know who received their son's lungs, as organ donation in Australia is anonymous. It was Tatiana's curiosity that saw her track them down on social media. And now they plan to meet in person. You effectively broke the rules by getting in contact with Zane's family.
Yeah, I believe so.
Do you have any concerns doing it the way that you're doing? Because once you open this door, you can't go back.
No, definitely not.
No, not at all.
My arms are wide open. Throw it at me.
It was just last October when 3-year-old Zane ran in front of a van in the driveway of his family's ride home in Sydney's north. Ibrahim saw it all.
That cheeky smile he gave me just before he looked at me like, you can't catch me. He just ran in front of the van as it was leaving the driveway. That was it. I tried stopping him. I just missed him. I seen him go under from the front. I tried pulling him out from the middle. I couldn't. And then he just came out from the back.
After 10 days on life support, Zane passed away in the arms of his parents, leaving behind his older brother Levi and little sister Ivy.
Remember we built this for Zaney?
The decision the Urasleys then made to donate his organs saved 5 lives.
Yes.
I've always been all for organ donation.
100%.
So it wasn't a difficult decision?
No. As soon as it was mentioned, yeah, that's what we're doing. You know, you sit in this hospital room for 10 days by your son's side and you see other families in there. And I just think if we could have saved him, you know, we would have. And there's other families out there that need that to be saved. And he could do that for them.
6-year-old Mason Johnson was one of those saved by Zane. On oxygen and struggling to breathe, after a viral infection destroyed his lungs in mid-2016, his mum Tatiana knew time was running out.
You know, I'd gone from having a happy, healthy child to, in a matter of about 5 months, being told, look, you know, looks like he needs a new set of lungs.
Did you think that you might lose him?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, I was very scared. I was having some nasty dreams and, yeah.
Then came the call she'd been waiting for, yet dreading.
I literally fell apart and was sitting on the ground in a sobbing mess, terrified. But knowing that, you know, someone has gone through obviously their worst day possible.
As Tatiana tried to stay positive for Mason and his older brother Connor, she couldn't stop thinking about the little boy who died and his family who'd so generously given her son a chance. Did you want to know more?
Yeah, definitely. Not only was I curious, but I could only imagine what it would feel like to be in their shoes, you know, and I was previously and still a little scared that I was going to end up in that exact position.
The hospital refused to give Tatiana details of the donor family because it is against the law. She was told an anonymous letter was the only way to express her gratitude. But within days, she discovered the truth after a story about Zane was shared on social media. With lung transplants in children so rare, she immediately knew Zane was Mason's donor. How confronting was that? You're just scrolling through social media and you get hit with that information.
It was almost like a strange slap in the face. It really was. I didn't think it would affect me like that.
That's when Tatiana made a decision that could so easily have backfired. She got in touch with Brooke and Ibrahim, sending a private message to Brooke's sister on Facebook. Did you think about the possibility they may not want to hear from you?
Yeah, definitely. So I was really in two minds about it. The last thing I wanted to do was add any more pain.
You think it was a little bit selfish?
Perhaps, I think, yeah.
They'd buried their son less than a week ago.
Exactly. But of course, part of me also thought that, you know, if their wish was to find someone that could hopefully help them right at the time, that they could really do with some help.
My sister rang me, and I'll never forget, I was down here when she rang and I was just in shock, because we always hoped that someone would see and it would click to them, you know, the dates. And yeah, I was over the moon.
But you were days into your grieving process. It could have been an awful phone call for you to have received.
See, we were always positive.
Yeah.
We were grieving, yes, we still are. That's never going to change. But we've always kept a positive mindset over the whole thing.
Can you understand people's curiosity to know?
Absolutely. I think it's a natural human thing. You want to know who those people are and you want to find out more about them to help you perhaps come to a better understanding of your own experience.
Dr. Dominique Martin from Deakin University is an expert in the ethics of organ donation. She says while recipients and donor families knowing each other can be a wonderful experience, it's not without pitfalls. What are the dangers in someone reaching out directly?
The obvious one is you might think that you've identified your transplant, a person who's received a transplant from your loved one or your donor family. You might actually be incorrect. In the worst case scenario, we have seen internationally incidents of stalking, harassment, attempted or actual extortion.
Brooke and Tatiana have now been messaging for months. It's developed into a friendship. And Mason's progress has been a big comfort to them both. But he's still on daily medication and hooked up to a feeding tube.
You know what I'm just looking at, which is very, very cool, are your scars.
Very neat, aren't they? I was quite amazed that they can do so much in such a small space.
And they'll heal really well, won't they, as he gets
They've
older?
already healed. Well, that's what I said. I said, when you're older, people won't even believe you.
I'm so lucky to have shiny new ones.
In Australia, it's illegal for the identities of the donor and the recipients to be revealed. Is that something you'd like to see changed?
Definitely.
Yes, 100%.
Definitely. I think if it was changed, more people would be open to organ donation, especially for children.
Why is it important to you to meet little Mason?
I know it's just a body part, but it's something that I grew inside of me for 9 months, and it's a part of Zane, and to see where it went, I think that's important.
Coming up,
If I could line up a line of people and say, this is Nathan's recipient.
the joy of knowing whose life has been saved.
Still emotional all these years on, isn't it?
You never forget.
And the moment the Urasleys
Nervous?
meet the boy with their son's lungs. That's next on 60 Minutes.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.